Trauma, a heavy word laden with pain, fear, and the echo of wounds that refuse to heal. It's a deeply personal experience, yet its reach extends far beyond the individual. Trauma can reverberate through families, communities, and even entire cultures, casting long shadows across generations. This is the essence of generational trauma, the transmission of traumatic experiences from one generation to the next. Imagine a family tree. Now picture each branch holding not just names and dates, but also the weight of unprocessed trauma. These burdens, passed down through generations, can manifest in myriad ways. They can appear as unexplained anxieties, deep-seated fears, and destructive patterns of behavior. They can fuel addiction, depression, and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. Understanding generational trauma requires acknowledging the profound impact of the past on the present. It's recognizing that our ancestors' experiences, particularly those marked by adversity and suffering, continue to shape our lives in ways we may not even realize. These experiences can be as intimate as domestic violence within a family, or as vast as the systemic oppression of an entire people. The roots of generational trauma often lie in historical events that inflict widespread suffering. Wars, genocides, natural disasters. These cataclysmic events leave an indelible mark on individuals and communities. The trauma of these events can echo through generations, shaping cultural norms, beliefs, and even genetic expressions. Consider the lasting impact of slavery on African American communities. The trauma of forced migration, brutal treatment, and the systematic dismantling of families has resonated through generations. This legacy of trauma is evident in the disparities in health, wealth, and opportunity that persist today. Cultural factors also play a significant role in shaping the transmission of trauma. Cultural norms that discourage open communication about trauma, for example, can create an environment where pain is suppressed and passed down silently. Similarly, societal pressures to conform to certain ideals can prevent individuals from acknowledging and addressing their own traumatic experiences. Within families, trauma can be transmitted through both direct and indirect means. Children who witness domestic violence, for instance, experience direct trauma. However, trauma can also be passed down indirectly through parenting styles, family secrets, and unspoken rules that govern emotional expression. Generational trauma thrives in silence. It festers in the unspoken narratives, the buried memories, and the denied emotions. Breaking the cycle of generational trauma requires us to break this silence. It demands that we create spaces where stories can be shared, acknowledged, and ultimately healed. One of the first steps towards healing is awareness. By educating ourselves about generational trauma and its insidious effects, we can begin to identify its presence in our own lives and families. This awareness allows us to approach these wounds with compassion, both for ourselves and for the generations that came before us. Therapy can be an invaluable tool in addressing generational trauma. A skilled therapist can provide a safe and supportive environment for individuals to explore their family history, process traumatic experiences, and develop healthy coping mechanisms. Healing from generational trauma is not about erasing the past. It's about understanding how the past continues to shape our present and finding ways to integrate these experiences into our narratives in a healthy and empowering way. Amidst the darkness of generational trauma, there are also glimmers of hope. Human beings possess an extraordinary capacity for resilience, the ability to adapt, overcome, and even thrive in the face of adversity. This resilience is often passed down through generations, alongside the trauma. Resilience can manifest in many forms. It can be the unwavering strength of a grandparent who survived unimaginable hardship. It can be the quiet determination of a parent who vowed to break the cycle of abuse. And it can be the courage of a child who dares to speak their truth, even when it's painful. Recognizing and honoring these acts of resilience is essential to healing. By focusing on the strengths that have allowed our families to survive and even thrive in the face of adversity, we can begin to shift the narrative from one of solely pain and suffering to one that also encompasses hope and possibility. Healing from generational trauma is not a destination, it's a journey. It's a process that unfolds over time, requiring patience, compassion, and unwavering commitment. There will be setbacks along the way, moments when the weight of the past feels unbearable. But there will also be breakthroughs, moments of profound insight and liberation. This journey is not one we take alone. Seeking support from therapists, support groups, and trusted loved ones can provide invaluable guidance and strength along the way. As we heal ourselves, we also contribute to the healing of our families and communities. Ultimately, the journey of healing from generational trauma is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. It's a journey towards wholeness, towards reclaiming our narratives, and towards creating a more just and compassionate world for generations to come.